LOL. Sony Pony fanboy. I didn't listen to Fanboys. Just facts. LOL. Alright. I'll stick with the professionals. What? I hope you're not talking about other YouTubers. Guys, go follow Digital Foundry. The Xbox Series X will beat 2080. He's wrong. My god. That benchmark was misleading, but hey, if it'll save your ego. I wish you luck in your degree, you're going to need it. Ouch, I almost cared. You're gay. What? Get the fuck out of here, you ghetto piece of What? I have 47 years in computers and 38 years in acoustic engineering, 12 years spent with acoustic research, loudspeakers in the USA, and 5 years working for JBL, and 5 years working with Armo Bose, founder of Bose Speakers, so you could put your index finger up, sit on it, and swim. Okay, alright, I'm done. I'm officially. What is he? Alright, cool. What is up with all of this hate? Okay, I'll be the first to admit that my video explaining the specs of the PS5 might have come off as offensive to Xbox players, but it's not like I'm just lying about everything and that every Xbox fan and their mother needs to go down in the comments and insult me. However, shout out to the Xbox fans who simply asked questions down in the comments or just politely disagreed. I was actually happiest to respond to you guys more than anyone else. But back to the fanboys. I think you guys just seem to forget that I mainly play PC and own both consoles, so I want both to succeed, because good competition means better products for us as the end consumer. I will admit that I do play the PlayStation more often because I don't know what else to say. Those PlayStation guys, they got games. They just got mad games. However, the real reason I made that PS5 breakdown video is because there was just a lot of misinformation being spread around about the power difference between it and the Xbox Series X. Like, before I made that video, I was seeing numbers like the Xbox Series X will be 20, 30, 35% faster than the PS5, and I was just curious as to where anybody got those numbers from. So I decided that PlayStation fans needed a bit of moral support, because I honestly do believe that while their console is not as powerful, it is a lot more innovative in how it implements its technologies. Now, that's not to take anything away from the Series X. I am excited for the Series X. I will be buying the Series X, and probably on day one too. But you Xbox diehards really need to slow down just a little bit, because you guys are definitely coming into the next console generation with the more powerful console, hands down, and nobody is denying that. But I'm here to tell you guys not to let people or other YouTubers bolster your expectations to levels so high that you could be nothing but disappointed when the thing comes out, because within reason, the Xbox Series X will be a great console. And that's what tomorrow's video is going to be about, to prove to you why the Xbox Series X will be a great console, possibly the best one Microsoft has ever released. But to say that its graphical prowess is on par with an RTX 2080 after one cherry-picked benchmark is just flat out hype that you should take with a grain of salt. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that specific benchmark that people are referencing is the one that was conducted by Microsoft and Digital Foundry, and showed that the Xbox Series X was able to perform similarly to an RTX 2080 at 4K in Gears 5. Okay, so let me stop the footage and point out a couple of red flags. And by a couple of red flags, I mean that this game is Gears 5. It is common PC gamer knowledge that you should avoid this game like Amazon avoids taxes. And looking at the reported clock speed, it's also possible that the Ryzen CPU used to conduct this test was purposefully downclocked or made slower so that the GPU performance in both systems could match. But I'm going to assume that didn't happen, because that would be very, very misleading, and I couldn't prove it either way. But to continue, if I had a blind, crippled, and mentally challenged hyena next to me, it would still run better than Gears 5 does on PC. I do not think it would be an exaggeration to say that Gears 5 is the biggest abomination of a PC port to ever hit the market since I was a freshman in high school when Arkham Knight couldn't pull 15 FPS on a 980 Ti. And it's almost a certainty that Microsoft made sure to take advantage of mesh shaders on the Xbox Series X, and likely didn't bother on the 2080, even though the RTX Turing architecture is fully capable of doing so, and actually introduced it first in 2018, and I'll get into what mesh shaders are in tomorrow's video. Just know that they could offer some serious performance gains. And look at the Steam reviews for this game. I literally cannot make this stuff up. Even the forums are loaded with a bunch of people just begging for refunds. Like, for a while this game was actually a meme among PC players, so when I saw that this was the game that they'd be comparing, I instantly thought, oh here we go again. And mind you, as if this game wasn't running bad enough, it's also common knowledge that it runs even worse on Nvidia cards, like the RTX 2080 for example. Now that may be because it was originally designed with AMD hardware in mind, i.e. the Xbox One, and with so little effort put into the port, the game's codec probably doesn't even know how to properly communicate with Nvidia hardware, pretty much making this the worst game that could have been tested in terms of fair playing fields. And if you don't believe me, let's take it a step further and compare AMD's RX 5700 XT to Nvidia's 2080. Typically in all other games you could expect a gaming differential of about 20 to 25% in favor of the 2080, but in Gears 5 their performance is damn near identical, and no sane PC player on earth will tell you that should be the case. As a matter of fact, if you compare the Xbox Series X to the 5700 XT in this exact same benchmark, it just barely beats it out. So why didn't Microsoft instead say that they managed to beat a 5700 XT and not that they managed to match a 2080? Well, that's pretty simple, because the 5700 XT is a $399 graphics card, and matching a $699 one that is more powerful just happens to be a lot cooler. And going off the same flawed logic that has got tons of people saying that the Xbox Series X will match the 2080 Ti for example, we could also say that it should match the 5700 XT, which would put it around 2060 Super or 2070 performance, which is an actually reasonable assumption to have going into the next generation, considering that the 2060 Super and the 2070 are pretty damn good graphics cards. Like, having the power of a 2070 in your back pocket while also having entire teams dedicated to optimization means that the Xbox Series X should easily be able to crush 4K 60 FPS in 80% of games with some slight tweaking, and that other 20%, I doubt it'll drop below 50. And all jokes aside, I am ready for the Xbox Series X. I am excited for the Xbox Series X, but the only way it's going to be on par with an RTX 2080 is if it costs at least $599.99, which I just don't see Microsoft doing after the launch failure that was the Xbox One Cross Connect. Either that or they're willing to take a deficit on the console, in which case, more power to them. But as a PC player, it just baffles me how some people are buying so deep into this. Like, I mean, sure, it's absolutely phenomenal marketing on Microsoft's part, but still, there's just an army of Xbox fans ready to just find out where I live and assassinate me for having a different opinion. And what baffles me even more is how other big name YouTubers like Digital Foundry or Austin Evans are reporting it like the gospel, even though I'm 100% certain that they must have their suspicions as well. Like, no shots towards them or anything, but come on, guys. Really? Really? Again, I have no qualms with either channel and highly respect what they do, but at the end of the day, what you have to realize is I have biases. Austin Evans has biases. The crew at Digital Foundry have biases. Heck, your girlfriend, your best friend, and your mother also have biases. No human being does not have biases. And the quicker you realize that, the quicker that you'll be able to make your own informed decisions. I know that I'm biased in certain ways. You don't have to tell me in the comments, but please, by that same metric, stop linking me videos by Digital Foundry or Austin Evans when honestly, it's pretty clear that both channels were somewhat influenced by circumstance. Now, does that mean that all of their tests and opinions are now nullified? No, it doesn't. Just like my opinion shouldn't be nullified because they say so either. But it does mean that you can't go around pretending that they are the holy grail of information and that everyone else is just flat out wrong. That would make you biased. Because I mean, hey, if a $1 trillion company wants to fly me out to Washington and offer me some exclusive rights to their new console before anyone else, I would say whatever I had to make sure I get on their good side for future deals. And all of this just goes to show that Microsoft is being led by a bunch of geniuses. The way that they're marketing this console is so simple and straightforward that it puts a stranglehold on the internet and pretty much forces anybody who doesn't know any better to throw away all reason and assume that the Xbox Series X will just dethrone PCs and obliterate the PS5 when it launches. But that's simply not going to be the case. Now, will the Xbox Series X be the best console we've ever seen? There's a possibility. Will it offer one of the best price to performance ratios that's ever existed in the gaming space? I can't say that it won't. Will it offer the highest level of detail in gaming consoles thus far? Though I'm not counting out the PS5, there's a chance that it might. But what it won't do, as I've said in the past, is just bury the PS5 and destroy the PC gaming ecosystem as we know it. Like, It's so crazy how good Microsoft are at marketing. They already have an army of people ready to die for this console. And honestly, more power to them. Sony is doing a horrific job at marketing right now, and I doubt anybody could deny that. I mean, sure, they did reveal the DualSense controller to us a couple of weeks ago, and it does look pretty cool, but at the end of the day, it's not the console, so I doubt anybody's gonna care in about one more week. Like I said, Microsoft is filled with geniuses, and I have no doubt that they know what they're doing. But I'm gonna need all you diehard fans to slow down just a bit and relax. Yeah, we get it. The last 7 years have been pretty rough, and I'm sure each of you guys get nightmares every time you hear the term PS4, but that doesn't give you an excuse to get upset every time someone criticizes the Xbox Series X. Like, you guys are in great shape thus far. Don't blow it by losing your cool every time someone else brings up a good point. Like, we're all in this together. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, like, nobody gives a gamers, bro. Gamers. But anyways, folks, that's going to be it for the video. I think I've said all that needed to be said on the subject matter. Well, oh wait, there's actually like one more thing. Well, technically two. Number one, I appreciate and respect all of my subscribers or anybody that happens to be passing by on the channel. I don't want this to come off as an attack against Xbox players. I really couldn't care less which platform you play on, because at the end of the day, we're all gamers. We just got to learn not to yell at each other sometimes. And number two, this is actually an extra video that I made that I thought I might as well edit and publish. The actual video breaking down the Series X and comparing it to the PS5 will be coming tomorrow, so stay tuned. And I gotta say, I'm actually very impressed with what Microsoft has been able to pull off with their new system, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it stacks up against the PS5. But that's been enough talking for me. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the dislike, I've been Innocence, you've been the audience, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.